Discards are denoted by an underscore. They can be thought of as identifiers that receive an assignment, but the assignment is discarded and not available for use. A discard is most commonly used to indicate that the return type of a function has been ignored intentionally. But there are other less known use cases of a discard. This tutorial demonstrates them by using various program examples. We'll see how to use a discard to ignore a function return, ignore the return of a tuple, ignore an out parameter of a function, and use of a discard in the default case of a switch expression and also as a forced assignment. So a discard can be used to indicate that a developer has purposely ignored the return value of an expression. Create a C# project with the latest version of .NET Core, open the program.cs file, and consider this code where we have discarded the return of the create directory function. Create directory function, it returns the directory info for the newly created folder. But if we do not need that, then we can use a discard to indicate that we have intentionally ignored the return. It is a good programming practice to do so. And let's see another use of a discard. Open the Solution Explorer and add a class called myClass. Let's add a function print to this class. This function uses a discard to force an assignment of the parameter s. Even though the assignment is going to be discarded at the end of the day, yet it will serve a null test on s. When the assignment takes place, an automatic test on s will take place and an exception will be thrown if the variable s is null. Of course, there are other ways of doing the same thing also, but this is one of the possibilities that you can be aware of. A discard can also be used to ignore out parameters of a method. Let's add another function to this class. We have added a function check int out bool to illustrate a concept. The function has two out parameters. These parameters make a test on an input and determine if it is odd, if it is less than 10. We have added this function just for the purposes of explaining a concept. And now let's open the program.cs file again to execute this code. Notice that we have used a discard to ignore the second parameter. Without a discard, we would have been required to create a boolean solely for satisfying the syntax of an out parameter. We were not interested in the second output, so we used a discard in that case. Discards have a good use case with tuples also. Open the myClass.cs file again and add a function that returns a tuple of 3 int numbers. A tuple can be thought of as an anonymous struct. And this function, it returns a tuple of 3 numbers obtained from some product and difference of the parameters x and y. And open the program.cs file again, add a call to the calculator function, tuple underscore comma int product comma underscore is equal to myClass.calculator. We are interested only in the product of two